The sky was a canvas of perpetual twilight, a soft gradient of lavender and rose where the edges of the world blurred into the ethereal. Here, where clouds were not merely water vapor but living entities that whispered secrets to the wind, lived Lyra, the spirit of the skies. Her existence was a dance, a fluid ballet through the cosmos, her gown a shimmer of captured moonlight, rippling and flowing as if it were a liquid form itself. It was a dress woven not of thread, but of stardust and the dreams of sleeping mortals. Lyra was not born, but became. She had always been an echo of the very first flicker of light in the void. She was the caretaker of dreams, the guardian of the stars, each twinkle a tiny spark of her own essence. She moved with a grace that defied the laws of the earthly realm, a weightless glide that painted the dawn with hues of hope, the sunset with the promise of slumber. She wasn't a deity to be worshipped, but a presence to be revered, a reminder of the inherent beauty and balance in the universe. Below, in the land of mortals, time moved with a different rhythm. There, days were marked by harsh sunlight and nights by impenetrable darkness. They toiled, they loved, they lost, their lives a stark contrast to Lyra's timeless existence. Yet, they were not separate. Each mortal carried within them a fragment of the sky, a capacity for wonder, a yearning for something beyond the mundane. And Lyra, through her dance, nurtured those fragments, reminding them of their connection to the cosmos. Tonight, the world below was heavy, with a particular somberness. A war, born from petty greed, had raged for months, leaving behind a landscape scarred by destruction and grief. The dreams of the people were fractured, haunted by images of violence, their hopes dimmed like dying embers. Lyra felt the ache in their souls like a physical wound, the dissonance jarring to her ethereal senses. She began her dance, not with the usual gentle grace, but with a deliberate power. Her movements were faster, her gown swirling with an intensity that sent ripples through the fabric of the sky. She reached out with her ethereal hands, her touch like a soft caress, drawing the scattered dreams towards her, weaving them together with threads of starlight. She formed them into a tapestry of hope, a vibrant mosaic of courage, compassion and peace. As she danced, the storm clouds that had been gathering over the warring lands began to dissipate, revealing a sky alive with the brilliant glow of the stars. Small, hesitant glimmers of hope sparked in the hearts of the mortals below. Soldiers, weary from battle, looked up, their anger momentarily forgotten in the awe of the celestial ballet. In small, isolated villages, children began to dream of flying, of laughter, of a world where swords turned to plows. A man named Kalen, a soldier who had seen too much death, found himself drawn to the sight of Lyra's dance. He was a hardened warrior, his heart barricaded by years of violence. Yet, as he watched the spirit of the skies, he felt a flicker of something he thought had been extinguished, a yearning for peace. For the first time in a long time, he dreamt of his childhood, of his mother's gentle smile, of a life untouched by war. But war leaves deep wounds, and the forces that had plunged the land into darkness were not entirely dormant. A sorcerer named Malachor, who thrived on chaos and despair, felt the subtle shift in the dreams of mortals. He knew that Lyra, in her delicate and compassionate way, was the most significant threat to the power he craved. He sought to taint her brilliance, to bind her to the darkness that he embodied. He channeled dark magic, weaving it into tendrils that reached into the sky, aiming to ensnare Lyra, to corrupt her dance with his twisted desires. The sky shuddered, the soft twilit hues momentarily eclipsed by a bruised, angry purple. Lyra, feeling the intrusion, faltered for the first time, her movements losing their fluidity, the light in her gown dimming. The mortals below felt the shift. The fragile hope that had begun to blossom wilted, replaced by fear and a resurgence of their old anxieties. Callan, once again gripped by despair, raised his sword, his hope seemingly extinguished. But Lyra was not just beauty and light. She was also resilience and strength. She pushed back against Malakor's darkness, drawing upon the raw energy of the stars, the unwavering faith held by the few mortals who still clung to hope. She wove her dance into a shield of pure light, repelling the tendrils of darkness. Her movements became more purposeful, a battle of elegance and power. She didn't fight against Malakor's darkness with brute force, but with a radiant grace that illuminated the very essence of hope. She reminded the land of the good that resided in its heart, the potential for kindness to win over cruelty. Callan watched, his sword falling from his hand. He saw not just a goddess, but a symbol of the enduring power of hope. He saw that he, too, had a choice, that he could choose to embrace the light, even in the darkest of times. Malakor, overwhelmed by the force of Lyra's light, retreated, his darkness unable to take root in the fertile ground of hope she had cultivated. The sky returned to its tranquil equilibrium, the twilit hues once again bathing the world in serene beauty. Lyra's dance continued, now with renewed strength and unwavering resolve. She knew that the darkness would always try to encroach, but she also knew that as long as there was hope, there was light, and as long as there was light, she would continue her dance. She was not just the spirit of the skies, but the constant reminder that beauty, grace, and hope could be found in even the most unexpected places. A promise whispered on the wind, a song sung by the stars. Below, the land began to heal, the wounds of war slowly mending. The mortals began to rebuild, their dreams once again intertwined with the promise of a brighter tomorrow. And Callan, discarding his sword, began his own journey, seeking to sow peace in the very land where he had once reaped destruction. The celestial ballet was a perpetual reminder that even in the deepest darkness, the light always found a way to shine through, and it was in the collective embrace of hope that they would each find their true path. And so Lyra continued to dance, a beacon of hope in the endless sky.